Hey guys, this is the African Jumbee. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for being here. Welcome back, guys. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment. Thank you for being here, guys. What are we talking about tonight, guys? I'm just sitting out here tonight. It's a beautiful night. The African night, you know, just enjoying the cool breeze here in Tanzania, East Africa. I've been here for 15 months, guys. What am I doing here in Tanzania? How did I end up here? Who am I? I call myself the African Jumbee, right? And if you're from the Eastern Caribbean and you hear the word jumbee, you know what it means, guys. Jumbee literally means like spirit. So when I call myself the African Jumbee, that's what it means, the African spirit. Yeah. If you're black, guys, and you come from the Caribbean, North America, Europe, our ancestry began here. And you know, it is sad that we were indoctrinated to think that everything about Africa is not good. You know what I'm talking about. They led us to believe that everything about Africa is not good. So we have this indoctrination that we don't want to hear anything about Africa. You understand? We don't want to know about Africa, guys. And I was born in the Caribbean, and I left the Caribbean and I went to North America, right? Canada to be exact. I lived in Canada for 34 years, guy. And I thought that Canada was it. I thought that Canada was, man, I am here. I'm living in the best country in the world. I have everything that I need. I have a good job. I'm making good money. This is the life, guys. Right? Man, I never see myself living Canada at all because I'm in the land of milk and honey. But in the 6-7 years ago, I've been here now for a year and like 3 months. So 7 years ago, guys, I started having this shift. This shift started to happen whereby I started feeling more aware. I started having this longing, this desire to come to Africa. It was profound. It was surreal. It was real, right? I can't explain it, guys. The shift happened whereby Africa, I have to be there. I have to get there. And all of a sudden, like, Canada became unattractive to me. Living in Canada became a struggle. I had to get out, guys. I had to get out. Sorry. I'm trying to feel like comfortable. I just had to get out. I started, you know, dealing with anxiety, depression. I just did not want to be there anymore. Africa was calling. The land of my ancestors was calling me to come home. Many of us have this desire. Many of us have this calling. Many of us have this awakening to come home. Many of us answer the call, and many of us brush it off as nothing. Many of us struggle and fight for whatever reason, guys. We fight it. We don't want to go to Africa. It might be financial. It might be family. It might be whatever. We don't want to come to Africa. We cannot deny who we are. We cannot deny what had happened to our ancestors. How our ancestors was taken from this land and brought to the Caribbean, brought to North America, brought to Europe, sold into slavery. I believe, guys, the greatest honor that we can give to our ancestors that was stolen, that was taken, is to return home. They may not have had the opportunity to come back. It's almost 500 years, guys. Don't you think it's time that we start looking for a home? Don't you think it's time that we start looking for our root as a black man? Culture is very important, yes? Culture is very important to you. It should be. It is our foundation. It is what grounds us. It is what makes us who we are. It is what gives us our identity. Living in the white man's world is not our land. We have no root. You can be there for 40, 50 years. You can own houses, you can own a car, your children can be born there and grow up there. At the end of the day, it is not our land. But when you come to Africa, something happens to you. I've explained before, but I'm going to explain it now on my channel. Africa is governed by ancestral spirit, like it or not. Yes, we have adopted other religion and we forget the ancestral way, but the ancestral spirit recognizes you when you come home as a child of the land that was lost. And when the ancestral spirit recognizes you, they grab onto you. Many people say they come to Africa and something happens to them. Something happened to them. This is what I believe happened to you. When the ancestral spirit recognizes you as a child that was lost, they grab onto you. Yeah. And then you start feeling a sense of belonging. You start recognizing your identity as an African. Guys, it's been almost 500 years of our people being taken from this land. We have to come home. I cannot force you to come home, but I can tell you about the experiences that I've had since I've been here in Africa, that I don't even want to leave. I don't want to go back to Canada. Not even for a visit, because I am so scared to go back there that if I go back there, I'm going to lose. I know what I felt before I left Canada the last couple of years, right? And I've said before, guys, I ran from Canada to save my life because of depression and anxiety. I felt if I had stayed in Canada by now, I would be dead. When I know what I was going through when it comes to anxiety, right? So I ran from Canada to save my life, and I ended up in Africa. And Mother Africa opened her apron, not even her hands, but her apron, and she cloaked me in her apron. And if you know the meaning of a woman wearing an apron, an African woman wearing an apron, if you understand what it means, then you would understand what I said about she opened her apron and cloaked me in her apron. It invigorated me. It breathed life into me. It gave me a sense of purpose. It gave me a sense of alignment. It gave me a sense of, it grounded me. Don't be afraid to embrace your Africanness. Don't be afraid to come to Africa. I'm not telling you to relocate to Africa, which I think we all should, but I'm not telling you to relocate to Africa. Visit Africa. Choose a country. Why Tanzania? Why am I in Tanzania? Tanzania was not my first choice. I was not coming to Tanzania. I ended up in Tanzania. And from the moment I came here, I knew this is where I wanted to be. I came to Tanzania I went back to like Toronto. I came back to Tanzania 4 months after. I went back to Toronto. I came back to Tanzania 7 months after. And now, finally, in 2023, I retired from my job early. I left. I said, that's it. I don't care. I'm out. I left Toronto. I left everything that I thought was... I had everything. I thought, man, I made it. I left it all. And I came here to Tanzania, where I am living. For the first time in my life, I am living. I go out and I see my people. My reflection is turned back at me on billboards. And everywhere I go, I turn around. I am surrounded by blackness, beautiful blackness. It's the most beautiful thing, and it is the most beautiful experience that I've had in my entire life. Living in Africa for the last 15 months has been the best decision I've made. Yes, there are challenges. Don't get me wrong. Yes, there are adjustments that you need to make. Don't get me wrong. Many people came to Africa and many people leave Africa. You have to be prepared mentally, physically, financially, and emotionally to live in Africa. But if you open up your heart and you embrace your Africanness and you embrace Africa, living in Africa becomes a lot easier. Come on now. This is where I am going to be for the rest of my life. Never say never. I don't know what the future holds in store. We don't know. But I know, guys, this is where I want to be. And when I die, the ground of Africa will receive my bones. I'm free. I'm free. I am happy. I am loving it. Yes, I have challenges. Yes, I get frustrated sometimes. But at the end of the day, the frustration is minimal to what Tanzania, Africa gives to me. I found my belonging. I found a sense of belonging here. And I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Come to Africa. See opportunities in Africa. See possibilities in Africa. Love Africa. Open up your heart to receive her. Let her in. And she will reveal things to you that you never know you needed. What you need. Yeah. She will reveal things to you that you never know you needed, but you need. Yeah. Don't be afraid of Africa, guys. Peace and love. Continue sharing with me. Until the next time, guys, like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Share with me.